Hey plant lovers, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. And today's video is about Tradescantia Nanouk. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of cultivars of Tradescantia family, but this plant is special. I'm gonna be sharing some fun facts about the plant. I'll also show you how you can propagate this plant. But before that, I'm gonna be telling you some don'ts which you should follow if you bring this plant home. So stay tuned. The fun fact about this plant is that it's a patented plant by Netherlands. I think this cultivar was developed by Netherlands back in 2012 to create new hardy and vigorous Tradescantia plants. It does produce some flowers. In the beginning, when I brought this plant home, it had some flowers on top. Now you can see just drying up thing on the surface on the top of it, so the flowers are dried up, and I think I need to clean this plant up a little bit. So what I have noticed that when I propagated this into new one, so I saw it flowering again. So the good thing is you can propagate for your personal use, you can share the cuttings among your friends and families, but it's a patented plant, so keep in mind you cannot officially sell and propagate this plant on a larger scale. And now let's talk about the don'ts which you should follow for keeping this plant happy and thriving. First of all, do not overwater this plant. Keep in mind, don't overwater it. It's a kind of a succulent plant which can hold some moisture in its stems and leaves. So once you overwater it, it can lead to root rot and other fungal diseases. So always you need to check the soil before watering this plant. I would say allow the top 2 inches of soil to dry out completely before watering it again. You can use a stick or you can poke your finger 2 inches down in the soil. If it comes out clear, only then water your plant. If you see some mud sticking around your fingers or stick, it means there is moisture in the soil. You can hold on to watering for some time and then you can water it. Or you can use a moisture meter. It's a great device. It can help you a lot in knowing if your plant is thirsty or not. If it is showing on the drier side on number 1, then only water your plant. So be careful about overwatering. These plants love bright and direct light, but they hate intense or direct sunlight. It can scorch their leaves, or the leaves can turn brown, or the plant might lose its variegation. So I would recommend find a nice place in your home where this plant can receive indirect bright light throughout the day. Or if you're planning to keep this plant outdoors, find a semi-shaded area where the direct sun cannot approach this plant. However, they can tolerate morning sun for a couple of minutes, but they are gonna hate the intense sun. This plant appreciates humidity, so if in case the humidity level in your home goes below 50, then dry air can make your plant leaves brown, or you can see some crisping of the leaves tip. So to deal with low humidity levels, you can either use a humidifier, or you can place a bowl of water close to your plant or a jar of water close to your plant, or you can club some plants together so that they can create a microclimate for themselves, or you can use a humidifier, but I would recommend do not mist around the leaves. It's not gonna help this plant. You should avoid using harsh chemical based fertilizers or pesticides on this plant because these can be harmful and may damage the plant's delicate foliage. So I would recommend you should go for an organic or mild fertilizers or homemade fertilizers. Or if you encounter any pest issues, you should try some natural remedies or natural control methods like neem oil or some cinnamon powder. This can be really helpful in dealing with the pest. If you want to maintain a compact and bushy look for your plants, then you need to prune them on a regular basis. All you need to do is just get the stem, make a cut right below the node area so that you can use this cutting for propagating new plants. What you can do is that you can place this cutting back into the soil wherever you see bald patches or empty space. So just put this cutting back into the soil. It will give a fuller look to your plant. Those were my 5 don'ts which you should follow or you should keep in mind. Now, coming to the propagation part, I would say there are 3 methods. You can soil propagate them, you can water propagate, or you can propagate these plants through root division. However, soil and water propagation is comparatively easy and success rate is very high. All you need to do is look out for a healthy stem and make a cut right below the node area. A node area is a part on stem from where you see new leaves emerging. Like here you can see the new leaves are coming out. This is the node area, and you have to make a cut right half an inch below the node area. Remove the lower leaves so that the plant would put out its energy in making developing roots and making new leaves. At this point, if you want to water propagate, place all these cuttings into a water jar. The roots will develop in 7 to 10 days. And if you want to do a soil propagation, then get these cuttings, get a small planter with good drainage, get a well draining soil, and place these cuttings into the soil and water it thoroughly. Find a nice well lit place and keep these cuttings there. You will see in few days new leaves coming out from the top, and you might also see some flowers because this variety has been producing flowers. And now it has been almost a week, and you can see new flowers and new leaves coming out from the stems, which means the cutting has been established successfully. So here is a point to remember: if you are water propagating these cuttings, then keep on changing water every 2 to 5 days, because the oxygen level in the water depletes when you keep the cuttings in water, because the cuttings, they kind of take up all the oxygen in order to develop roots and leaves. So make sure change the water. So with this plant, soil propagation is relatively easy. I do not see any roots coming from the water propagation, but let's see, I'll update you if I see anything. And if you have this plant, let me know in the comment section how do you take care of your plant. And if you like this video, you find this video helpful, give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay happy and happy planting.